Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Amazing Beautiful You. I'm Kimberly, and I am getting back into recording more podcasts. I try to do a series of them, and then take a break, and then try to get all the social media part of it done and my business. And so I'm getting back on. It's been a good 3 weeks since I've done this. So thank you guys for joining me today. I am in Colorado, and it has just been a windy couple of days. I kind of feel like Dorothy in this tornado weather. It's been nuts, just the amount of wind we've had. And then to pair the wind with just the wind with dirt. That's the thing. The wind with the dirt. It has been insane. I have to tell you guys a little story because I know we all like stories. But I was so proud of myself. I deep cleaned the house. I deep cleaned my room. I dusted all my room. I washed the windows, the blinds. We have three dogs, three golden retrievers. We have Gunner and Goldie and Greta, and I'm currently dog sitting right now for one of Gunner and Goldie's litter mates, and that's Gus. And then we're gonna have another one that's joining us named Bowie, and she's gonna be joining us on Saturday. So I was like, I'm deep cleaning the room. So I vacuumed everything and vacuumed the dog's beds to get all the hair, cleaned the bathroom. I dusted the whole house. Like I cleaned. If you guys own a cleaning company or if you like to clean, it's like a deep clean. So I was so proud of myself. I was like, man, this house looks amazing. Well, let me just say, my Monday was a full-blown Monday. And I'm laughing at it because I was just like, Monday was a disaster. If any day that you would call a disaster, that would be a Monday. So I woke up and it was like, we've had a lot of wind and it's knocked the power out. So that's kind of been an issue lately. So that's another reason too why I haven't been able to jump on. And I've had to be late giving out my orders for Pure Evergreen. So because of our power, it just keeps going out. I told my husband at this point we need to get a generator just for backup. But it was a Monday morning. I went out, got my jacket, and went to go take care of my chickens and clean their coop. And I get inside. I was like, this is nice. It's so beautiful outside today. And it said nothing in the forecast about wind. So I was like, it's going to be pretty today. It's going to be like 70 degrees. And this is our fake spring for Colorado. So I was like, I'm going to open up the windows. I'm going to get some fresh air in this house because I love opening up the windows. I love making sure my blinds are all the way up, and I like to make sure my curtains are all the way pulled back. I love getting that brightness and that sunshine. Um, Another reason why I don't like doing podcasts in my basement, I just feel like there's not enough light. So, and I feel closed in. So, but I was like excited. I opened up my windows in my living room and I opened up the window where my kitchen is. And I was like, it's going to be so beautiful to get all this fresh air in. So, um, Monday, I was just like, the wind started kicking in a little bit. And I was like, okay, it's not bad. So I went downstairs and I went to go do orders. And, I had over 15 orders to get out for Pure Evergreen. And if you don't know what Pure Evergreen is, that is my business. It's a natural, sustainable product business. So I have laundry detergent that's in the form of a sheet, and I have a natural cleaner that I invented that replaces every single one of your cleaners. I have cute uh, like Swedish dishcloths that I've designed and many more products. So I had over 15 orders and I was like, coming down here and I was working hard and trying to get my orders. Well, the wind started picking up. I could hear the wind. I can hear my house make creaking sounds, and it was bad. The winds probably were right around 70 miles per hour. So I'm like working on getting the orders. So my son comes home because nobody was home. It was just me and my doggos. And my son comes home and he closes the windows and I finish the orders and I go upstairs and the whole house smelled like dust, like a thick smell of dust. I was like, man, I'm just tired. Today's just been a day already. Like things weren't going right. So, like, I'm going to take my laptop and I'm going to go up and hang out in my bedroom and my bed and put some music on and write because I've been in the process of writing a book. And I'm just going to use it as my downtime. Well, I get up to my room, you guys. Oh my gosh. And I can't even, it looked like a haboob. And if anybody knows what a haboob is, and if not, I'm going to explain it to you. It's something that in Arizona where we lived, when the dust is so bad and it's so windy, it creates a wall of dust. That's called a haboob. And you can't see, like it's just dust. And it's like almost kind of like instead of a snow, whiteout, only it's dust. I walked in my room and I kid you not, you guys, a layer of dust was on my bed. You could see the brown, a layer of dust. My windowsill, I could write dust on it, filled with dust. My blinds, dust. My walls, dust. My baseboards, dust. The dog beds, dust. The floors, dust. My husband's nightstand where the window was open that side, dust. Dust in the hallway where we are upstairs, like down upstairs. There was dust everywhere and I could smell it. And as I was in my room, I could feel it in my teeth. I could feel the grit of the dirt in my teeth. I could feel it on my skin, my face. And I was like, are you kidding me? I just cleaned the whole bedroom top to bottom, washed the sheets, everything, duvet, comforter, everything I washed. And I could not believe that there was dust. I was like, God, you have a sense of humor for me today. And I was like, what are you trying to teach me today? I'm like, is it patience? Like, what are you trying to teach me today? So I was just like, this is ridiculous. So I go downstairs and I go in the kitchen and I have, I didn't put socks on. I just had my bare feet. And I walk downstairs and I get in the kitchen and I walk in the kitchen and oh, a layer of dust on my clean floors. And then I go to get a drink and I look and there's dust on all my clean countertops, dust on my cabinets that I just deep cleaned. Dust was everywhere in my kitchen. Then I look in the living room. I'm like, okay. So, all the windows were closed by then. The wind was insanely crazy. I thought for sure the power was going to go off. And I looked around my house and it was like a dust bowl in my house. Everything that I had cleaned the night before was gone and ruined. The chaos in the house with just the dust was mind blowing. So, of course, I cleaned all upstairs. I did a deep clean. My husband came home and I was like, just let me be. I might as well make this an opportunity to make videos and clips for social media. I'm going to use it. I'm going to turn it around and make it. So the chaos in my home was good. So that was my Monday, you guys. Let me just tell you, it wasn't nuts. So I just wanted to jump, like today's episode was kind of, about clear your mind and clear your space and the chaos in our home, and the chaos in our mind. And let me just tell you, Monday, there was a lot of chaos in my mind. Not only that, some places that I've been trying to get my products in have been giving me crickets. And I'm really good at sales. I really love sales. I'm good at sales. And I just don't understand. I just don't understand. But doors kept slamming in my face for my business left and right on Monday. People weren't returning my call. Like, it was just a maddening day. And the chaos in my head was bad. And the chaos in the house at this point with all the dust and everything that I cleaned was bad. So I love organizing. That's one of my things. I guess part of my ADHD is I love to organize. And I always like to work with people with the chaos in their home or the clutter in their home. And I'm not going to lie, you guys. I do have some clutter in my house, but my house is small and I run my business out of it. And it's in the basement. And I think it's pretty darn organized. I'm looking around. I'm like, I think it's pretty darn organized for the amount of products I have and running my business. And my garage is cluttered, but I have, again, my products in there. And until I can afford a place, then this is just how it's going to be. But my house is clean and I have reduced a lot of my clutter and have given away stuff. But today we're going to talk about just dedicating this podcast to helping moms and women and entrepreneurs, ladies, find this clarity, the balance and the growth in our chaotic lives. So we're going to dive into something that affects every single one of us. And if you don't have clutter at home, if your house isn't cluttered, but you have that clutter in your mind, this is for you. If you've got clutter in your home, this is for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to explore the crucial way to clear out the clutter And one of the things that I highly recommend that I have taught for years when I do coaching classes or coaching for cleaning companies, and even for organizing or just for friends, is to brain dump. I have been doing dumps now for probably close to 10 years. And that is the first thing that I love to do. So, um, I'll go into what brain dumping is in just a second, but I want to just first you guys to think about something. I want you guys to identify the clutter. So let's get clear on what clutter really means. We think of clutter that is just messy rooms, right? So if you've got laundry or dishes in the sink, yeah, that's physical clutter, but it's not the mental clutter part of it, right? Those are endless to-do list. And we already talked about the endless to-do list that are swirling in our head, right? That is a mental clutter. Mental clutter is the endless to-do list in your head, the nagging and the worries, which we're women, we worry, right? If we don't worry, you're lucky. Um, you know, just all these unfinished ideas. Like I have all these creative ideas in my head and, you know, just so many things. And I think that there's something like they said that mentally I can't talk, compartmentalize. I didn't say that right, and you have to excuse it. But they put their thoughts in a box in their head, and it's fine, and they put it away. But us women, it's like, woo, it's all over the place. We got it over here, we got it over there, and we have all these thoughts, right? So that's the clutter in our minds. It is cluttered and it gets overwhelming. And that's where anxiety kicks in. And that's where we feel overwhelmed and we feel emotionally just drained. And we're not productive in our relationships. We're not productive even when we run our business. So this is where the power of brain dumping comes. This is something I recommend that you do. You do at the beginning of the week, and that's the first thing you do is you get a paper out and you brain dump every single thing on your mind. I don't care if it's something stupid. Put it on the paper. If it means like to wipe down your shoes, I wipe down my shoes, you guys. I get a lot of golden retrievers stepping on my shoes. Write it down. Whatever is on your mind. The beginning of the week, I want you to write every single thing on your mind. And then I do daily brain dumps. And sometimes I do nightly brain dumps because it helps me sleep. So when you have all these um, thoughts and things in your life, whether it's your life or it's your business, um, I can't tell you how much lighter my head feels when I do a brain dump. When I do my brain dumps at night, it helps me sleep. It helps me feel more relaxed. And when you start doing this, it's going to bring that clarity back and it's going to bring direction back into your days. So think about how chaos manifests in your life. Maybe it's like forgetting to do important tasks. Again, hello, ADHD gal here. I worry all the time. I'm going to forget something. I'm going to forget this, and this to do because I know my mind is going to go, oh, over there. Oh, I got to do this and this. And for me, I forget stuff. So putting it down for me helps. It helps so I'm not feeling like I'm a hot mess. I'm gonna grab a drink really quick. Um, because when we are in an environment that has the chaos already around us, and then we have the chaos in our mind, it is so overwhelming. And that is our goal, is to using that brain dump on paper and breaking down your list that's on your brain dump so it can give you that mental clarity and that physical clarity, be able to have the energy to do other things. So if you're with me, I designed a worksheet, like a little workbook worksheets. It's about 7 pages long, but I put a lot of thought in it, and it's a brain dump worksheet. And it really breaks down a lot of the things that are going in your mind. It breaks down just the emotional part of it and just the task. So it's going to be on my site. So if you get it, it's going to be on my podcast for Podbean, and then I'm going to add it to the group. So if you haven't already joined my group, please join my group, Amazing Beautiful You podcast. Join the group because that's where I'm going to put a lot of the stuff. And then I'm also going to put it on my cleaning website, like my Pure Evergreen website, which is my natural sustainable products. So I'll have a little section for that you can also download that. So if you don't have it and you're home right now, or if you're just listening to this podcast, make sure you come back to this and do this exercise. So some of the things we're going to do is grab a notebook. So I've got my notebook right here. Okay. You can open a note on your phone. I've done that before. For me, physically writing it down makes my brain feel lighter. When I go on my phone and I just text it in, I don't feel like it's something that really gets off my mind. This I could physically see and I can look at it more and I can like have that physicalness of taking my pen and scratching it out when I'm done. So just start writing. I want you to list everything: task, ideas, worries, and reminders. No order needed. You guys just write it down. I'm going to list it. I'm going to say it again. So paper or your phone. And I want you to list everything: task, ideas, and reminders. Anything that comes to your mind, put it down. Let it flow. Let it come out. I like to say, let it vomit out. I've always used that term, like let the thoughts just vomit out of your head and onto the paper. Once you've done this, I want you to take a deep breath. Breathe through your nose and out. I like to do a lot of these exercises with you because I know we as women, we feel like the weight of the world is on our shoulders. We worry, we're stressed all the time. And sometimes we just need to stop and just take that deep breath. So when you have all your thoughts and everything on your paper, and I want you to take a deep breath, you're going to feel lighter. Then I want you to start prioritizing and highlighting in group in smaller tasks and decide what is most urgent. This has to be done. And if you're like me, I have quite a few things that are urgent. And so I have to really prioritize which ones are the most urgent. And then things that can wait. And then things that you can let go. And I talked about delegating. So if there's some things that you could delegate that's on your list, delegate it. Figure out a way to delegate it. Whether you need a virtual assistant, whether you need to have your kids help you out or your teens, your husband, your partner, anybody that you feel that you can take those and delegate. A lot of times when we run a business, then it's like really hard to delegate. We have a hard time giving up a lot of things that we know that we're in control of and we know how to do. Am I right? You guys are thinking, yeah, that's me. I have a hard time giving up stuff. That is one of the things that you need to start working on is delegating, ladies. Delegate things around your house. Moms, delegate. Your kids can do little tasks from the time that they're 1 or 2. They can do little tasks. They can help. And I'm actually designing a sheet that is going to be age appropriate jobs and chores for kids to help. So I'm actually designing that right now. But delegate the stuff that is on your list that you could do. And you can even write on, and those of you watching me on YouTube, or just any channel, you can write delegation or delegating, and then you could write what the delegating, like what are you going to delegate and to who? So once you've done that, that is going to help you slow down. It's going to help you just help with the mental clutter that is in your mind. And it's just going to start bringing more clarity to your day. And again, I have a digital download that's for free, and you can download it and you could print as many as you want. If you need to do it weekly, print it out and just have that for you. Take that big breath and take that step away from the mental clarity that is stuck in there and let it release. A brain dump, you guys, is my secret weapon to clearing out the chaos in my mind and in regaining that clarity and that peace back, because we all need a little peace, don't we? Your challenge, you guys, I give you this week, ladies, is that I want you to do your first brain dump. I want you to either go to my Podbean site where I would download all my podcast, and it will be listed there, and you could do a digital download, and I have the link, or you could just get a piece of paper or your phone. But mine is really tailored to things in detail. So it's really going to help open up your mind. And my challenge this week is for you to do your brain dump. Trust me, you guys are going to feel amazing. I know when I don't do a brain dump, I feel my brain is overwhelmed. So be sure to join me on the next clutter challenge, just clearing the clutter and the chaos for in your home. And that will be part 2. So be sure to join us, me, my dogs, my Goldens, my kitties, my ducks, my chickens, all of us, whoever decides they want to come and hang out with me while I do my podcast. And thanks for joining me. Don't forget to please subscribe, you guys. Share if you feel like this is going to help somebody. Share to social media. Let's just help connect other women that we are all going through this same thing and just find that clarity in our mind again. And check out my business, pureevergreen.com, if you're looking for natural, sustainable products and a natural cleaner. I appreciate it. It helps. And if you are looking to be a part of my podcast and advertising with me, please reach out to me. I would love to talk with you some more. And you could do that at amazingbeautifulyouPodcast@gmail.com. Thank you, everybody. I just hope you walk away today feeling a little bit better in your day, and just go outside if it's nice and you're not going to blow away like I was, like Dorothy, and enjoy your day. Bye, ladies.